Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EGIK WM France Deck G456 game with Idyllwild, Kimball, and V. Opening pack is very strong. Lady of the Manor, Workaholic, Reeve, Plow Deal Maker, Dusk Worker. I'm not usually happy first picking Plow Deal Maker, but like any of these four, I'm usually pretty happy first picking. So there's a bit of a question here. Do I want the 4 wood Lady of the Manor and also to be the only person that knows about it? I could take the Workaholic. The problem I have with Workaholic is that usually getting the Workaholic points does not really like help you get these categories, because maxing an animal category is really, really difficult. I actually kind of want to first pick Duskworker here. The reason I want to first pick Duskworker is it helps me, like it's a single action that helps me with both of these global bonuses. Right? Because it gets me 2 wood to make sure that I've got 4 pastures. It gets me a field for my 5th field, and it gets me a Play-doh. I think I'm gonna first pick Duskworker here. I wonder if I'm Galaxy Braining this too much. I think I just take Duskworker here. And then wheeling something like Sunrise Admirer or any of these 3 would be fantastic. Yeah. Hey, Harlequin. So Tenant Farmer is a good friend of the Workaholic. Is that my pick here over Reed Collector? Probably not. If I was sure I was going to wheel Workaholic, sure, but I'm not sure that I'm going to wheel Workaholic. I think I just take Reed Collector here. This is a lot weaker of a pack. A lot weaker of a pack. Truffle Digger, yeah. Another card for the Workaholic, so kind of looking like I made the wrong choice, honestly. Do I want to grab Spring Worker here? Do I take Spring Worker over something like Prudent Merchant? Because I think that's what I'm comparing it against. And I think with this Reed Collector Duskworker opening, I'm leaning pretty heavily into Nur. So, yeah. Although I passed 2 4-wood Ox, and those players also can get to the room very quickly. Let's take Spring Worker. With Lady of the Manor in mind, let's take Spring Worker. Ooh, this was a good pack. 24601 Remodeler, Borrower, Hasty Trader. These 2 I'm less interested in. Honestly, not that interested in Remodeler. I think I like Borrower or 24601. So 24601 is tough because playing it a lot of the times, like, so you have to play it. So you have to play your whole hand for Reeve, right? You have to plan to play your whole hand for Reeve. But playing it also costs you actions for your other stuff. Now, if this is my round 14 action, it's probably fine, right? I think I just take Borrower here. And I got Sunrise Admirer back, so that's probably my pick. Unless I want to go Gardener here with my Spring Worker. I think this is Sunrise Admirer. Land Surveyor gives me 2 food per harvest for 4 plowed fields. So if I plow 1 manually and then play... So let's imagine I play Sunrise Admirer round 1. I play Borrower round 2. Borrower pays for the Sunrise Admirer. I get 3 fields. I could plow one manually, and then I play land surveyor as my third occupation of stage 1. And I get 2 food each harvest. Yeah, that's not that impressive. Am I taking woodcutter? Am I playing woodcutter round 1 in this with this hand? I don't think so. I want to play truffle digger? No. There were a couple stone house cards around, like master, like manservant. Yeah, I'll just take surveyor. It does something, and the timing is not as strict as some of the other cards. I I think I'll have time to play gym trainer. I don't think I'll have the desire to play gym trainer. This is looking like with reed collector and with all the fields that I have. This is looking like a hand that can build a 4th room. All right, so Harvest Totem and Chocolate here are interesting to be aware of. With Reed Collector, Peasant's Boutique is a thing. Could first pick trees here. Although, not likely to wheel Harvest Totem, I don't think. So I kind of like something along the lines of plow a field, take a grain, play Spring Worker, and then I'm ready to play Harvest Totem in the Family Growth queue. Because, like, yeah, so play something like Harvest, like play Spring Worker, Reed Collector, Plow, Grain. Four moves in stage 1. And then the rest of my ox, the other 5 can come after that. Yeah, I like Harvest Totem here. And then something like Wild Game looks perfect, because what Wild Game does is it lets me play an Ock before I've even made a cooking hearth. Now, I don't think I have to take it here. I think I can take it on the next go-round, but something to be aware of. Don't want food storehouse. Maybe. Could just take fruitcake. Yeah, I think I can take fruitcake. Over Twibble and Twivel, yeah. And I'm hoping to wheel wild game here. I'm pretty sure this is one of these two, bakery or wild fruit. Bakery or wild fruit. Probably wild fruit. The only problem with wild fruit is, like, I don't know. Am I actually, like, I might only get 1 food out of it. Maybe 2. Maybe I take my first grain after playing wild fruit. Maybe. Maybe. I don't, yeah, that's not a guarantee. But it's a free point in the worst case scenario, so. Certainly I'll take a vegetable after wild fruit is out. Engineering's a bit interesting with Reed Collector. But there's 2 4-wood occupations, so there's a good amount of wood in this game, so I'm pretty sure not building a wood room would be a mistake. Do I want to play Woodsaw? I could play Woodsaw. And, like, just focus on playing my occupations in stage 2, getting my crops in the ground. The only problem with getting crops in the ground is, like, I don't really want, like, I want to plow 1 field manually, but then the rest of my fields come off Sunrise Admirer. So what am I doing if I'm not plowing? I don't think woodsaw is the yeah. I mean I could take woodsaw maybe. Like fishhook seems bad with reed collector. I'll take woodsaw, but I'm not gonna plan to lean into it. Do I take honeymoon? Hmm. Playing honeymoon is dangerous given the bonus points that I know are out there. Wow, and I can get chocolate as well. Okay. I'm pretty surprised this came back. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Knowing that Reeve is out there. Easy wild game. Very easy wild game. And I can return a chocolate wood saw with Madonna statue. It's a free point no matter what. So I think the danger is that I didn't get anything that helps me play occupations. So there's definitely a danger of struggling to get enough actions for my Reeve and everything. Yeah. Certainly this is looking like it has to be a 4-room hand, right? Just to get enough moves, it probably has to be a 4-room hand. So if it's a late family growth game, I have to really readjust what is possible, remembering that in a late family growth game, the Lady of the Manor, the Reeve, those will be easier to attain generally. Although usually Reeve still requires all 7 occupations, but that's not always the case. Like I had that game with Montu where I won it at 6 to his 5, I think. So definitely like the idea of taking 1 green second action. So do I play Reed Collector here? Not in a super rush to play my Ox, so I think I can take 3 wood. The Joiner probably takes day labor, so I'm unlikely to be last in round 2, so I'm happy about that. And just take plow or 1 grain, whichever there is. I wonder if Kimball has the Reno strat, engineering and everything. Ooh, there's going to be 4 wood next round. Because I'm taking a grain here. So I get Reedstone Food, 4 wood, or Cheap Ock. Reedstone Food is fine. It's not that appealing to me. Yeah, I think Reedstone Food is fine. It's 4, right? Yeah. Idyllwild plays Cattle Whisperer. So maybe a first pick joiner into a Lady of the Manor, and then the Cattle Whisperer is to hopefully max cattle. There's also the. It also could be for workaholic. Could have taken workaholic, and there was also, of course, the animal, the card that gets Idyllwild the second animal. Go ahead and plow here. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna move my field. Whoops. Whoops, fucking Sunrise Admirer. V's got Seasonal Worker. So V's got Seasonal Worker and must have taken it pretty highly. So that's interesting. I'll grab a 3 wood action here. The Seasonal Worker is not going to take one of the bottom feeding actions. Kimball might, but he's got Barrel Maker, so he doesn't have to. Idyllwild might. So I think I have a reasonable chance of getting one of them back. There's also 4 clay here, so depending on what Idyllwild is up to. Yeah, Idyllwild's hooking a food off of fish. So that's good. That's fine. I can take 3 food fishing next round. Kimball gonna play Twibble and Twivel. And V probably gonna take 3 wood, so I get traveling players here. Yeah. So then my round 4 is build and play Spring Worker. So Kimball's got Barrel Maker, so I don't think I have to build with my first action. I think I can say to Kimball, hey, there are good actions here. I bet you don't want to have to mess up your... yeah, I think this is quite a safe move. If Kimball builds, he turns off his Barrel Maker. So I'm pretty sure he's going to choose to take 4 wood or 6 clay over building. Because there are excellent actions available there. And then I can do something like play start player if I choose to. So I'm guessing V's taking 6 clay or sowing the... could be sowing the grain. V could be sowing the grain here. Playing Rum Distillery. Okay. That's fantastic. If this is on start player, this is fantastic. Because this lets me take 6 clay and build first action next round. Fantastic. Really fantastic for me. Feed 4, sow G, round 5. So V might play a 4 wood occupation here to set themselves up to build. No, playing building planner. Okay. So there is, with building planner, there is a first move start player engineering after building the building planner, but you need to have remodeler in play as well. So you need to have done all those things. You have to have remodeler in play and building planner in play, and then you first move start player engineering. But start player engineering has a no no occupation prereq. That doesn't work. It would have to be one of the other Reno cards, like Builder's Trowel or something. I'm building here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm building here. And then second action, I will build a cooking hearth, assuming that Kimball doesn't build the 2 clay fireplace, which he may. If he does, I probably could take clay, could take wood. Both of those are options. Definitely looking like if I get the 5 clay back, definitely going to build a clay room. I think I'm building a clay room either way. I just think it's unlikely that I'm going to want to spend that much wood on another room. But we'll see. We will see. Idyllwild Reedstone Food, looking at double building, I guess. Kimball's going to build the fireplace. Yeah. So yeah, I might get 5 clay back here. V might take it though. V might also stay labor. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. So I'm not in a position to stable block here. So that's worth remembering. But there are 2 players who can build right now, so. Yeah, V start player in 4 is so good for me. It's what is allowing me to have 11 clay here. 11 clay, 2 reed. So I just need to take 1 more reed and I'm ready to reno, build a major, and build a clay room. Looking pretty good. I'm a little... If I build the hearth, I'm 1 clay short. I'll have to take clay again, but that's fine. Getting the cooking hearth will be fantastic. There's also some line where I play like Borrower Sunrise Admirer. Ooh, late family growth game. Okay. Late family growth game, eh? Um, my first action cooking hearth here. What's my play here? First action cooking hearth? No, I think the play is Harvest Totem, Wheel, Occupation. I'm not even sure that I had to do this start player here, but getting Harvest Totem out into playing Wild Game on Family Growth looks good. And then I could play Borrower this round, and I could play Sunrise Admirer next round, and then I would actually be able to use the Sunday Worker at the start of Spring Worker at the start of round 8, because that would give me another field in time. So that would be pretty good. It would be a very early Sunrise Admirer. Very early Sunrise Admirer. But the Borrower plus the Wild Boar plus having 11 clay seems like it should be... That should be good enough. V plays Reeve. That's too bad. Oh, that's too bad. I really wanted to get occupation back. Hmm. I mean, I can still play Wild Fruit on Family Growth. I could just build the Cooking Hearth right now. I build the cooking hearth right now. I play chocolate on family growth, and then I play borrower. That seems better long. That seems a lot better long term than fishing. I need to be tight with my actions given late family growth. Why major instead of reno? Oh, that's a great point. That's a great point. I'll ask if I can reno CH. Yeah, that's a great point, HAKLJ. Yes, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Nope, no, you're right. Honestly, in early that part of stage two, like I'm not usually able to reno at that point, but I am able to reno at that point. So absolutely, yeah, absolutely, that's the play. Yeah, no, that was just a mistake by me. Thinking about other things, I guess. Okay, so if I played Sunrise Admirer here, I would get a boar. I would have 4 food total, and I'd have to eat the raw grain. So yeah, it doesn't seem like I can use Spring Worker in round 8, but I can use it in round. I'll be ready to use it in 10 and 12. Yeah, I'll definitely play Sunrise Admirer stage 3. So I can play Borrower here, second action. Passing on the 3 stones a tiny bit sad. You know, passing on the 3 woods a tiny bit sad, but playing Borrower looks good. And then I feed 9 or feed 5, harvest. And I could bake here, but no bake. I just don't do anything with it. But now we're looking really good. Getting a boar, getting 3 food every time I play one of these occupations, great. Should make it easy for me to get the reeve points. Assuming there's nothing like... Oh, there's bookshelf in the draft too. Me playing reeve in a William game is bold. Yeah, especially when I opened it too. Yeah. Like, you know, I've seen it already. Um, 4 stables here for Kimball. So that's a thing to keep in mind for Lady of the Manor. And we do have the Workaholic come down for V. Or for Idyllwild, sorry. So yeah, I absolutely have to max out 4 categories. Crops, fields, pastures. But that should be very doable with my Spring Worker. I just have to make sure I play Sunrise Admirer in stage 3, and I'm good to go. Make sure that I sow at least 1 more field. Probably I'm playing it in round 8. Probably I'm playing Sunrise Admirer round 8. That way I can sow 1 grain field and 1 vegetable field in round 10. And that'll be my goal. No room yet for V is weird. No room yet for V is quite weird. Kimball taking the reed, setting himself up for upholstery plus building another room in all likelihood. But passing on 6 wood. That's a tough call to make. That's a tough call to make. Very happily take the 4 wood. So I play something like Sunrise Admirer this round, Land Surveyor next round. something like that. Maxing boar seems in the the thing is probably maxing boar is the reason I'm not seriously considering maxing boar is because it's so much food, and the amount of food that I would have to get in other methods. Like it's easier to max other scoring categories than when the sun rises. Exactly, it's easier to max other scoring categories. Like it's way easier for me to max vegetables than boar, for example. Ooh, plow deal maker here. That's not so good. I don't want them to be dealing. Hmm. What do I want here? Reedstone food. Start player wild fruit. I guess I could fence to breed the boar. I could fence for no, because I'm eating the boar for my sunrise admirer. I guess there's two boars sitting there. I think I take Reedstone food here and set up like be very close to being ready to double build. Or to not to double build, but just to build again. Build a field round 9. Ooh, start player here. So this is Remodeler, right? This is Remodeler for Idyllwild. This is Remodeler for Idyllwild. Absolutely. V playing another Ock. Do I want to block the Remodeler here? Yeah. Yeah, I want to block the Remodeler here. So one food from there, one food from there, and then get two. Now I get one food each harvest. And in round 11, I'll get two food each harvest. And V is shaking his fist at us. So, or sorry, Idlewild is shaking his fist at us. So presumably V will build a room here, right? Could also play Handmade, I guess. The thing is, if V doesn't build, I get 4 clay into build myself. And that seems winning. If I get to grow in round 10, that seems winning. Grow in 7 and 10 in a late family growth game. It would mean not sowing a vegetable, which I did want to do, but if I grow next round, I have the actions to take vegetables twice. Like that's not a problem. Or maybe even to do a sow bake action in 11, bake a grain. Room next round. Ah, okay. Let's take the vegetable here. Right, I totally forgot that V was gonna building plan their first room. Yeah, thank you, thank you, Xpen9. Yeah, that's actually good because I would have just blindly built and not have thought about that. I forgot about building planner. I never considered building planner for your first room seems crazy to me. In a late family growth game, I guess it's acceptable, but so I feed 6, and then I'll eat a boar to pay for my next field. And and keep the one. Bake the grain? Yeah, I'll bake the grain, sure. And plus F, land surveyor. He plays ladder. So I'll have to check if yeah, I think I have first move build here. Yeah. Because Kimball is ready to build. And V could also build again, so first move build here. And there's no way for Idyllwild to start player remodel and Reno, so I can just start player. And if anyone else start players, I grow before Idyllwild in round 11, so. Idyllwild says sad start player gamble last turn. Yeah. Yep. So I take 3 wood and then start player, I think. So I'd love it if Kimball could start player, but probably I have to start. Oh, Idyllwild didn't reno. Kimball renoed. So I don't actually have to start player here. Um, well, do I want to take some? Do I want to take some animals? I could fence here. No, I can't fence. Fence is blocked. Could Reedstone Food with an eye on my eventual reno, or I could play Gym Trainer here. Let's play Gym Trainer. Yeah. Occupation is probably going to be pretty hot the rest of the way. Let's just play Gym Trainer. And I have the food. I can afford to spend a little bit extra food on this. And 2 food for Final Eye. So yeah, probably take animals as a food action this round. An 8 food action. Then take wood and grow. Something like that. And this is going quite well. So I just need to get to 13 for my fencing. Because of Duskworker. I mean, 10 is acceptable, but 10 leaves 2 points uncovered, so usually it's worth it to get to 13. V probably wants the cattle here. No, V playing start player executive boar. I would have liked to have got, wow, executive boars in the draft. Yeah, I'm going to play that on Family Growth. Holy, that's fantastic. The only downside is I was thinking, oh, I'll play 2 cattle and keep one of the cattle and then get my 1 of boar with Duskworker. But getting past executive boar is incredible for fencing here. Absolutely incredible. Getting the fence action this round is fantastic. Yeah, then 3 wood and family growth, executive boar, fence, and get a vegetable. The executive boar fencing saves you 2 wood. Saves you 2 wood. So 3 wood is not enough. I do really want a single 4 wood action, but that's fine. I'll take 3. I'll take wood twice, or take wood. Actually, take wood once with Gym Trainer. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, this Yeah. I mean, I just have more actions than everyone else. I just have more actions than everyone else this game, right? Which is working well for me. Having more actions than everyone else is usually a pretty good game plan. Sometimes everything comes up William, yeah. Yeah, like Kimball, knowing Kimball wasn't going to build in 4 into V, taking start player in 4, amazing for me. There have been a few things that have gone extremely well for me. Yeah, yeah. We won't discuss Friday. I didn't stream on Friday. I think you're thinking about Thursday, maybe. Chief Financial Advisor, Mr. Pig, aka the Executive Board. That's good. Thursday was so bad it spilled into Friday. Yeah. So I'm gonna want to play Fruitcake in 14. I think. I think I resow the 2 grain rather than sowing 2 vegetables. Feed 7. And I harvest and I sow like that, I believe. And I should start player for family growth, because if I don't, like, what else am I even doing? There's not really much else for me to do. Should have reversed that, and then I'd have 1 extra food. Guess I should have reversed those 2 actions, and I would have had 1 food. But that's okay. Oh, plus 2 food land surveyor. I could leave myself space for a 6 field, which does get me a bit more food out of land surveyor. Rather than fencing big, like fencing covering 6 spaces, I could fence 4 pastures on 5 spaces instead, and say that extra field is probably easier to get. But the extra field is just not worth that much. And I get the last wood super easily thanks to Gym Trainer. Like, I actually have way too much to do here. Or, like, not, sorry, that's not the right way to put it. I'm like, what? I'm well ahead of schedule. I'm well ahead of schedule. Well, I heard the well is good. Well, Definitely, yeah. I'm holding off on taking the stone until I'm activating Gym Trainer. So I figure I take 3 wood next action, and then I take 2 stone, get a food and a wood that way. Oh, I have to play back Borrower. I should put a marker to remind myself of that. That I have to pay back Borrower. That's a good thing to remember. Lady of the Manor probably not getting played. Do I try to get an oven to help play Borrower? Yeah, I mean, I have the 3 clay. So building the clay oven is a thing that I can do for sure, JPP. I have plenty of actions, so I'm not too worried about getting the food. Yeah, I do have plenty of actions. So I'm not too worried about that at all. But yeah, I can definitely build the clay oven. Yep. I mean, I can build the potteries there. Like, realistically, I'm probably just going to take stone. I'm going to be in a situation where I can take stone and build a major in 13. That's just likely to happen because I will, like, run out of stuff to do, you know? Because, like, V wants defense, but Idyllwild's fencing is done. Kimball wants defense, but it's 3 of us, so, I can probably get Reno fence. The game is my oyster right now. The game is my oyster. Ooh. Ooh. I wonder if I wonder how V is plowing. Or sorry, Idyllwild is plowing. Idyllwild hasn't done a single plow action yet. I wonder if Idyllwild has like an animals turn into crops kind of thing. Wood is so undervalued this game. Yep. So we had the Reeve, the building planner, the barrel maker, the joiner, the workaholic, the remodeler, and gym trainer, kind of all adding resources to the game, which is funny. Maybe we also add wood, go for 4 stables. Duskworker adds wood. Yeah, we could also go for 4 stables. Maybe like wood has been very undervalued, but yeah, I could maybe go for the stables. The thing I don't think I need to because like Lady of the Manor is just not getting played. Like the other thing to keep in mind is if I'm in a position where I win Lady of the Manor outright, then no opponent will ever play Lady of the Manor. But in the world where Kimball has Lady of the Manor, if I show to Kimball, hey, we can tie, then maybe Kimball is like, well, to get the Reeve points, it's worth playing this, even though it's net 0 points against William. It gets me points against the other two, and it gets me the Reeve points. So, like, it's fine if that's the game situation, I think. So I definitely want to play Duskworker this round. Um, the extra field is nice to have. Ooh, Idyllwild took Reedstone Food. Hmm. I guess I take 5 Reed. The BMW should be uncontested. I can play the BMW and build the clay oven. I could do that. But I want to play Executive Boar this round, so I can't play both of those. That's not allowed. Yeah, I definitely want to play Duskworker this round because I want to be able to first move So Bake next round. Plus, I expect that, Occupation is going to be contested with V. There's no way Kimball maxes both crop types. So if I max both crop types, I should be beating Kimball. Or at least tied for Kimball on Lady of the Manor. And I've got the Reeve points locked up. At least I'm pretty sure I do. So. Kimball gonna manage to get to 5 boar? No, because he's eating a boar here. Good. Okay. I was gonna say, or to 7 boar. Kimball getting to 7 boar makes things a bit more interesting. Who wants to Reno in the last round? V and Idyllwild? There was that Stonehouse renovation card in the draft, but I think that fell out of my 7th pick. So yeah, I could just build the clay oven here. Or build 2 stables, I guess. The stable space is contested, yeah? Yeah, because Idyllwild... I mean, Idyllwild could take stone and build the joinery, but I would guess Idyllwild is building stables to hold more animals, right? To be, and I eat a vegetable here. FF and a vegetable to feed 9. Squirker is that perfect eyepiece that gets you a Tetris. Yes, agreed. 5 Reed nets me wood food. Um, yeah. The thing is, like, I can only build one major in 14, right? Because Idyllwild and V will not let me Reno. So presumably, I can only ever build at most one major next round. It's also possible that Kimball and I only max 3 categories each. And if that's the case, so like, is V gonna first move so to get more crops? I was thinking no, that V is gonna reno fence, but maybe V doesn't have to reno first move in all likelihood. What about playing an occupation? Occupation should be contested for V, right? Well, I guess V doesn't know about Lady the Manor. Kimball fenced first move. Okay. Is So Bake contested? So Bake is not contested since V got plow so. So I can take the cattle here, and the cattle is 8 food. Nice. And yeah, because yeah, V's 2 remaining moves are Auk and Reno, right? Kimball probably not gonna so bake with only one vegetable. If we see Kimball take a second vegetable, then I have to block the so bake space for sure. Kimball took family growth. Okay, so I'll build the stone oven here and bake some grain. Yeah, bake 2. Yeah. Now I do need a so action to be competitive on Lady the Manor because I'm down to only 2 categories right now. I want to be at 3, but we, like I said, we know what V's last move is. It's Auk. Absolutely. With Tutor and Reeve, V's playing a 4-point occupation action. And Kimball probably doesn't play Lady of the Manor to tie me, right? Because it's not, yeah. Unless Kimball has not much else to do, I guess. So Kimball doesn't really have any other points. Ah, Lord of the Manor. Okay. So Kimball has Lord and Lady of the Manor. So Kimball got really wrecked by round 7 family growth. Kimball got really wrecked by round 7 family growth. If it's round 5 family growth and Kimball grows in 6, yeah, that makes a huge difference for Kimball. That makes a huge difference for Kimball. Yeah, V start player rum distillery was good for me as well. V start player rum distillery was excellent for me. Bake one more. Yeah. No fruitcake. Oh yeah, I could have played fruitcake, I guess. Fruitcake and baking there is like pretty much the same because I have other points available to me. Like taking three sheep is points, taking the vegetable is points. Because I do need to get to 16 food, so I need at least two more food. Idyllwild says tough game all round. It wasn't a tough game for me. This one felt like it was on easy street. Ten food and pay off borrower. So I'm at whatever I score plus 5. 50. It was close. Wow, it was a lot closer than expected. Only 50. That was a lot closer than expected. Oh, I forgot land surveyor again. So it should be 51. So I should be 51 if I don't bake that food. Fruitcake is net 1 point. Fruitcake is not net a point. Fruitcake on six grain is not net a point. So that's why I shouldn't have baked there, is because of fruitcake. Yeah, it was closer than expected. A lot closer than expected. So 50, what's Idyllwild at? 50, 43, 49. What did V announce? 48. GG. That was a lot closer than expected. To be fair, I built first and family growth was in round 7. So usually, family growth flipping a bit earlier is going to be good for me. Like, obviously, I don't get to stone, for example, or I could have maybe built a couple more stables. I only end up with 5 grain. So that's a thing as well. I only end up with 5 grain. Yeah. And Lady of the Manor didn't come down, and I'm in a good spot to win the Lady of the Manor points. So I guess that's the thing to remember is like I was like thinking like I had the Lady of the Manor points, but since it didn't get played, it got to a point in the game where it was clearly not going to get played. So that's something to keep in mind as well. All right, well, I'll do another game. Go hop over with Pain, and yeah, we'll take a short break. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video, and we'll see you in a bit. I think V start play around 4 was so bad for V. Well, so V did it to get the to get that miner out, right? He did it to get that miner out. So the question is, was that worth it without? Yeah. So considering V had plowed, um, probably V needed to sow to have like an efficient game off of that card. But maybe day labor as a 5 food and a point action each round is good.